My nonverbal daughter got detention for gang signs. She was asking for more milk. The incident report used the word gang 4 times in one paragraph under description of behavior someone had written. Student observed making rapid, aggressive hand gestures at multiple targets. Gestures consistent with gang-affiliated signaling. I read it twice, then a third time. Daughter Amanda, 7 years old. She's been nonverbal her entire life. She communicates through ASL because her voice doesn't work the way other kids' voices do. And this paper said she was throwing gang signs. Amanda was sitting in a plastic chair outside the office, crying so hard she was hiccuping when she saw me. She started signing frantically too fast. Her hands were trembling. I knelt down, cut her fingers in mine, and signed. Breathe. Tell me slow. Before she could, the vice principal stepped out, Mrs. Roslin, smile folder in hand. Thank you for coming in so quickly, Mrs. Ewing. We take these matters very seriously. I held up the incident report. You want to explain to me how my nonverbal daughter committed gang activity by asking for milk? Mrs. Roslin walked me through the incident. A lunch monitor named Mrs. Denton, a new hire 3 weeks in, and had observed Amanda making rapid hand movements at other students. She reported it immediately. Zero tolerance policy kicked in, automatic detention. Asked if Mrs. Denton knew my daughter was nonverbal. Mrs. Roslin paused. She may not have been fully briefed on individual accommodations. I asked if anyone had bought to check Amanda's 504 plan before slapping a gang accusation on a second grader, the plan that's been on file for 3 years. The one that specifically states all staff must be informed about her communication needs. Mrs. Roslin didn't answer. I asked to see the incident report again. Read it slower this time. Mrs. Denton had described Amanda as targeting multiple students with aggressive and intimidating hand gestures. She used the phrase gang adjacent twice. My daughter was signing to her friends, 2 girls who spent months learning basic ASL, so Amanda wouldn't eat lunch alone. And this woman saw a gang. I put the paper down. I want a formal meeting tomorrow. This is Denton in the room, a district representative, and I'm bringing an ASL interpreter to translate exactly what my daughter was threatening people with. Miss Mon Roslin started to protest something about herself. I cut her off. You accused a nonverbal child of gang activity for talking to her friends. I'll see you tomorrow. The next morning, conference room. B. Mrs. Roslin at one end, Mrs. Denton beside her with her arms crossed and her lips pressed into a thin line. A district representative named Mr. Torres had a laptop open in front of him on my side. My husband, an ASL interpreter named Marisol, who I'd worked with for years, and a folder containing Amanda's 504 plan enrollment records and 3 years of accommodation documentation. Mr. Torres asked Mrs. Denton to explain her reward. She straightened up. I observed the student making rapid hand gestures at multiple children. They were aggressive, intimidating. In my experience, that kind of signaling is gang-related to Paul raised an eyebrow but said nothing. I asked Mr. Torres to play the cafeteria footage. He turned his laptop so everyone could see there was Amanda sitting with Emma and Sophia signing the other girl. Signing back, clumsy, but trying. At one point, Amanda laughed silently and found something that made Sophia giggle. Marisol translated as she watched. More Mel, please. Funny or silly friend. Thank you. When the footage ended, Marisol looked at Mrs. Denton. Which part was the gang activity? Mrs. Denton said nothing. I slid the 504 plan across the table, read the highlighted line out loud. All staff interacting with student must be informed of communication accommodations with Mrs. A. Denton informed yes or no. Mrs. Roslin and her throat. There may have been a gap in our onboarding. Yes or no? No. I turned to Mrs. Denton. Show me the sign you reported. She made the gesture. Finger spread, hand moving slightly forward. Marisol's voice was flat. That's the ASL sign for help. Nobody spoke. Mr. Torres closed his laptop. Detention reversed. Record cleared. Mrs. Roslin, I'll need a full report on your accommodation protocols by Friday. He looked at Mrs. Denton. You're being reassigned effect of immediately pending additional training. Mrs. Denton opened her mouth. Mr. Torres shook his head. Don't, just don't. I took Amanda's hand and walked out without saying another word. In the parking lot, she tugged my sleeve, signed something slow and careful, SORRY. I stopped, knelt down so I was eye level with her, signed back. You did nothing wrong. Those girls are your friends, talking to them as good. I'm proud of you. She hugged me so hard I almost fell over. I filed a formal complaint with the district that afternoon. Mrs. Denton didn't come back after winter break.